Tonight, Israel says it has killed Abu Obeida, the masked spokesman of Hamas's military wing. A targeted airstrike in Gaza City has brought fresh shock and a surge of violence. Israel's defense minister hailed the operation as flawless and praised intelligence agencies. Hamas has not confirmed Obeida's death, but the attack has already cost civilian lives. We bring you the verified details and on-the-ground aftermath now. Israeli officials say the operation was enabled by intelligence from Shin Bet and IDF intelligence. They released a joint statement describing how the hiding place was pinpointed. Defense Minister Israel Katz congratulated the forces involved. The IDF says 5 missiles struck the targeted apartment simultaneously. Missiles hit the second and third floors of a 6-story block in Al Ramal neighborhood. The flat was being used as a dentist's surgery, officials say. Local journalists report at least 7 killed and around 20 injured in the strike. Witnesses say children were among the casualties. Video shows terrified residents fleeing and wounded carried away. A barbershop owner 100 meters from the strike told the BBC the blasts were terrifying. He said he was frozen for more than an hour after seeing injured children. Rescue footage shows frantic attempts to pull survivors from debris. Here the story splits. Israel claims a targeted hit on a senior militant. Hamas has not confirmed Obeida's death and says civilians paid the price. They report dozens killed or injured in a residential building strike. Witnesses described hundreds of thousands of dollars flying through the air after the blast. Locals reportedly took large sums, later recovered by Hamas, according to accounts. Images include bloodied streets and urgent triage. Abu Obeida was the public face of the Al-Qassam brigades, always masked in a keffiyeh. Believed to be around 40, he delivered long, hardline statements against Israel, idolized by supporters across parts of the region. In what may have been his final speech, Obeida warned about the fate of remaining Israeli hostages. He said hostages' fate would mirror that of Hamas fighters if Israel invaded Gaza City. His words amplified tensions across the region. Israeli leaders warned more criminal partners will be targeted as the campaign intensifies. A plan to seize control of Gaza City has been approved by Israel's Security Cabinet. The military says it used precision weapons and aerial observation to limit harm, but the ground reality is stark. Much of Gaza's infrastructure is in ruins. Over 90% of homes in Gaza City are estimated damaged or destroyed, according to assessments. Healthcare, water, and sanitation systems have collapsed. Aid lines and malnutrition are widespread. Famine has been confirmed in areas of Gaza. Most residents have been displaced repeatedly during this 22-month conflict. The city now teeters closer to humanitarian collapse. This conflict began after the 7th of October attack that killed about 1,200 people in Israel and saw 251 taken hostage. Since then, Gaza authorities report more than 63,000 Palestinians killed, figures that cannot be independently verified here. The UN warns that a full takeover of Gaza City risks catastrophic consequences for civilians and hostages. Residents say the same building had been struck in earlier raids months ago. Israel says it plans to evacuate Gaza City's population south before any ground invasion. Most of Gaza's population has already been displaced many times. So far, Israel claims Obeida was killed. Hamas has not confirmed, and independent verification remains limited. BBC and other outlets are documenting scenes, but many details are still emerging. The fate of Abu Obeida, for now, is contested on the battlefield and in the statements that follow. International reaction is mixed. Allies, critics, and worried neighbors have all voiced concern. The UK's ambassador warned that a full takeover would be a huge mistake. The UN has repeatedly warned of catastrophic civilian harm. Behind each statistic are families, children, and communities shattered by months of war. Grief and anger mark the streets tonight in Gaza City. As both sides trade accusations, civilians are left to pick up the pieces. And the future of Gaza City remains uncertain. We will continue to follow this story. For now, what happened, who says what, and the human cost. This is your concise update. I'm presenter name.